Hello, hello. So yesterday we left it off in a pretty bad spot. Things didn't really work out, but since then there has been a lot of improvement, let's say. And first of all, I'll hit the dummy for a bit as usual, and then I'm gonna talk about many things. So as you can see, I'm like ramping up. If I don't mess up, it should go up to like 600 billion. It's a little bit awkward sometimes. You can see. Now the average DPS goes down. And also, like, it depends how realistic it is for me to actually just stay in one place. Yeah, okay, let's go with the 600 something billion. But this is like the full offense version at the moment. As you can see, I'm in the mode of selling everything that I can. This is, as you can see, it's not a lot. So I'm just full sell everything. But I'll get to that in a bit. So yeah, I'm basically following build of a friend. As you can see, this is like a showdown 22 stars situation here, but obviously here is a lot of tier zeros, a lot of great stuff. The actual right phantom with weapon amplification, high percent mana, and also the 15% so you can squeeze in. You need like, I think, like 16% for you to be able to squeeze in an additional +1, which I am not able to do because mine is 17. So that's that. Double corrode here, double corrode here. Well meshed over there. Lots of crazy things. And yeah, here there's the whole prairie thingy with the right mod at the end everywhere. So yeah, like the reason why I'm looking at this is that to give an idea about what I'm trying to go for and what I'm trying to accomplish here. This one's a deep one. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that he made the 3-star as well, or he got this 3-star down, and there's probably some changes in there. And this one's like the mana I was talking about the last time, I think. 3. So yeah, like this is what I'm trying to accomplish here. But let's see now my own situation, right? Got this. This is fine. Grab this. I don't have the micro talent because here all my focus was on just hitting the breakpoint where this 4 rounds up to a 6, as far as I know. Because getting this one to round up, yeah. So this one's the same. And here you can see, like, if this is the full damage, right? Like this is all your block stuff, because obviously I have with this 3 and the other stuff, I have the 100% block on both, right? But originally, like, the defensive would be defensiveness, so like you're actually blocking stuff, and then it would be what, I guess, is full load because I have mana on the slate. But then originally you would swap back to mana, and then you would have this one instead. Like, obviously poison relief is another defensive stuff. So if you throw this in, then obviously suddenly things get very tanky. But the damage goes down by a lot. As you can see, here's like the defensive stuff, right? 100 block, 60 block ratio. And the res is like what? 40, above 40 and everything, and I guess there's 60 here. And then this way, obviously, damage will be a lot lower. So I'm sitting here ramping up. Last time I checked, it went up to like 300-ish. I was ramping like properly. I don't know, like the reason I keep blinking around is that the stacks I gotta keep up. Yeah, so it's like, let's say it's like 300-ish. But this is like obviously the super tanky version, which at the moment I can't really use on anything. Because there isn't really anything that's like requiring the defense while you know, the 300 billion working there. So there's no that sort of scenario really. So yeah, so that it's a bit awkward, and yeah, so it would be going back to the other regular damage situation, right? So this goes that way, and then you swap back this to this, and this to this. So basically lose the block stuff, and then you lose the poison relief. So yeah, and now we are back to that state. And the reason why I'm like so selling mode is that there is that which is cauldron, which I'm again gonna look here because it's here is where you can actually see it, right? This one, like a bunch of good stuff, and also it makes it so that you can use the activation medium energy shield to activate all your stuff all the time, basically, which is very nice. But so I wanted to buy this. I wanted to get this at some point, right? And it was like what, 600-ish. And then I was like, oh, I'm missing a little bit, and I only want to buy them together. Because if I don't buy them together, then like I can't do anything with one. With just a single one. So, but then I checked again a little bit later, and it went up to like 1,000 something. Because like the supply was quite low. Obviously the other stuff is just mana. And then now I checked again today after something, and it was down back to like 600. So that was one on 600. I grabbed that one. You can see here. I grabbed that one, so I already have the one, which doesn't do anything by itself, which is why I'm selling everything to see if I can get it done. The reason that I'm selling wherever I can, I'm not going just jumping back in there and farming, is that I'm kind of in a rough spot because what I'm doing is not really doing anything. So I jumped over to just the rush the boss kind of stuff, because there's someone who had like a profound rush up there. Obviously this is not what I was originally looking at. The other one was what I was trying to get to. You know, where you have outlaw. Like, I guess it doesn't really matter which side you take. I'm not sure which one is right, which one is wrong. But yeah, like that one would have hunting and compass and this, that kind of stuff. But the thing is, I did it. I finally got into profound, and I was happy, like, oh yeah, I'm in profound. And then I got the thingies, beacons, just to try. And then I went in and I did the map, and I got 1 FE in total. And you know, maybe it's good. Probably it's good, and you just, you know, you gotta keep doing it, because one map is not an actual sample size or anything. Oh, I sold my resonance. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oops. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. All right, so okay, now it's pretty awkward. I can't even run that. Okay. uh, and I can't even take those out. Okay. Okay, this is just a disaster. Okay, I'll get some resonance in the meantime. But yeah, I'm really I really don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna farm if I farm, because Kiwi League is soon, obviously. So it's not like I'm really planning to go that much further over here. Yeah. Trying to get the lowest price is always a fool's errand, because that's just, it's hidden in the sea of other listings. Okay, do I feel silly for selling mine and then buying back? Because I realized that I need to run a map on the video. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so because the one that I was looking at didn't do anything, so right now I've taken that profound rush that has a grand total of 2 upvotes. So I don't know if it's like an actual legit one. And also it didn't say what compass to do, but then they had the 3 where you have the hunting, but then you don't have the hunting chance. So if I don't put in hunting, it makes no sense. Also, they have this taken. If you have if no legendary or above compasses are inserted, blah blah blah, that considered no compass. So basically, that kind of confirms it, that you have to rely on the hunting compass to put that in, because I guess you just can't cover everything with the amount of points that we have for us. Honestly, I don't really know what this is doing. Maybe it's the Queen's Wake. It's probably the Queen's Wake while they're like going down here in the first place. But then again, here like there's no Eterna, so I don't know where the Eterna chance is coming from. So what I just did is that I thought, hey, might as well throw in the beacons that I have, right? Throw in the beacons that I have, and then at least I can progress this one with the 4 compasses. And also just clearing this. Yeah. But yeah, I don't really have a farming strategy for you all at all. So it's just this. Like I should have, oh yeah. Also obviously gotta swap back the medium for map, otherwise it's pretty miserable if I have to hold down the button. But it's obviously more damage. And then here would be the special support, which I had, but then I had to sell it because I needed the money. So I don't know if I wanna get that back for now. And that's for this old overrealm stuff. It's just I never actually, you know, went into it to try it properly to see returns, because I don't have the I've tried to pull the pet, you know, the legendary from the banner. I guess sometimes just die. Okay, the survival. Okay, like obviously survival number looks very low, but that is not the real, you know, survival, because I'm taking all the stuff from mana. But then I guess the mana, like the number, doesn't really check out, because you have the 25% that is only active if you have the realm up. So on your character sheet, you have 75%, or like you need 75% at least. And then on so it's 76. So that is actually 100, unless for some weird reason my realm drops off. But it seems that for survival numbers, it seems like it's taking it as if I actually only have 75% and not everything. Because like obviously, okay, it's not capped, but even when I have the block uh settings, let's say, if I have the 3 swapped into block, and I have the 100% block on attack and spell and 60% block ratio and all that stuff. Oh, finally 10 FE. So even if I have all that, it does not give the normal survival numbers. So my assumption would be that that's just how it is. So yeah, it is that it's like even though the tree is a rush tree, I'm just like uh, I'm just gonna clear up the map for the most part. And then I can proc my chalk and proc my spirits maybe, or like pets, get some FE along the way. I guess here's like some compasses, some embers, some sunfire, no paper thingy, and yeah. So if I get that, see, like that's the survival number 11. That's not right. Yeah, like sometimes I guess I just randomly die to something, but it's definitely a lot more than 11. You consider the 17,000 mana at the moment. So yeah, I mean obviously as you can see the damage is not amazing. Also the damage that I'm looking at the dummy that is with the self cast. So like in map of it, this damage is not 600 billion, obviously. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and I'm at 14 with the bosses, and on 15 I have enough for 100 of the showdown tokens, and that will most likely mean that I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna care about the pet and just open it again for appearance MTX stuff. But there isn't really that many great things this time that I like, either on the banner or in like the possible draws. So it's quite possible that I'm just gonna hold off and then see what they add into that part in the future, or like in the next season, and then maybe I just sit there because I don't have to use those tokens right away. So as you can see, these are like the oh, for some reason that shows up on the filters, like maybe it matters. Obviously the filter is also not mine. I didn't make a filter. Grab the one. And unlike the previous one I did, on the previous one I had like a different filter, wanna mix it up. But I guess the ideal thing would be to just do it yourself, because there's always gonna be like something that's like not quite to your wants or needs. So yeah, obviously you can see like the damage is nothing crazy at the moment. But yeah, I don't really have anything that's like great farming stuff. I could do the Keegan. That's possible if we check the prices here. we're not checking the prices. So that's like 11 to 12. It's 10 to like 11. Like let's go with like 12, 11. And this one's 12. And I guess I could check whether or not I'm able to actually do the normal one or like the bigger one. And then obviously that guarantees that you get the Nexus, which is yeah, it's like 110 ish. There's lots of things that you wanna double corrode. I don't know if it's like special to this one because it kind of fluctuates, but it feels like that this time it's higher than previously. So yeah, as you can see, nothing really valuable here. And then let's pop a look at this. But I'm gonna make a code and I'm gonna throw it into the description. So we're just gonna run through. So yeah, if you probably remember yesterday that I wanted to make like new bases with this mod. Buy this mod because the base is cheap and also like this is supposedly does something. Otherwise the friend wouldn't have this mod on all three of the pieces. It would be really funny if I actually talked to them and realized like, oh, it actually doesn't do anything. It's just cheap base. But it's probably not the case because all of them are plus like 7%. So is that? But only the boots was the one that I could actually bring up from the ground up because the other two hit the mod already, the mana mod. I couldn't afford to just try to sell it, wait, and then try to get a new one. So I guess those are the basic fixes that we're gonna have. The lightning and the crit damage mitigation. It's not too bad actually. Yeah, like 20 here and then 58 here, so it's like another defensive part. But I'm pretty sure there's like better options here. I definitely better option the critical rating because that probably doesn't do anything because you get all the crit rating and the crit strike damage from the glove. So yeah, that probably doesn't do anything. I should remake that. But I think it was like you would need like you would need like so like this one would probably go away and you would get an ultimate mod in the suffix in place of this one. Phantom is still the absolutely awful useless one. Really low roll on the mana here, low roll on the flat mana. 17 is bad because you're missing out on +1 and erosion amplification doesn't do anything. So it's just terrible all around. Yeah, this one is pretty much the same. Slapped on with the attack skill level because the other one is obviously not worth it. Like no loose ends is great and all. And also like no, so it would be like no loose ends and then you wouldn't need the Kismet, the Witch's Cauldron, right? Because they were like kind of doing the same thing. Because with no loose ends you have zero energy shield and then you have the activations that way. I mean, obviously it's not quite the same, so you could still get the thingy, but it's kind of awkward because then if you've already solved the energy shield going up and down and get so like you also need to, it's like you can't have it both, right? You can't have no loose ends and the Kismet because like you need full energy shield to lose the energy shield and to get the mana. So like you're gonna be like have shield and then it goes away and then you need to get it back in that time frame. You need to get it back in that 4 seconds so that you can proc it again and then you have it up the whole time. So yeah, it's not gonna be no loose ends with those. I'm kind of committed to those already. It looks very nice. I like it. Obviously for now it has mana, just mana person mana over those places where it would go. And yeah, obviously claw is important. I got the base with the shadow, started to craft. It took like 20 tries to get the shadow, as you can probably remember. That was the state that we were in. But since then, I was able to kind of round things out. I managed to hit this upgrade pretty quickly, and also it's top roll, so very nice. I'm probably gonna leave this alone for a while. Int could be higher, but yeah, you know. And this one was just what I got, and I'm stacking int so much anyway. It's pretty good. As you can see, I'm like 860 int, which is, I'm pretty sure it's also yeah, it's a stat that scales obviously your cross spike as well. Otherwise, you wouldn't stack int, obviously. Or I mean, so like here you get the mana benefit from the int because of the mod, and then you also get the actual damage from the int. So that's that. And yeah, here I am running this. I think I just made it myself. Kind of worked out because this is just what happened. And obviously, I guess like double mana would be like it would be better, but they just very comfy because like 6 attack and spell block here and here and here and here. So that means that without much issue, I was able to do the get to the cap, which I guess will be, for now it's mostly damage, but later when I actually have, if I keep playing or keep pushing, if I have better stuff and better gear where I actually have damage, and then I can actually get to a point where I can use the defensive part, then it will be interesting. But for now it's more like just damage because it converts the block into block chance into damage. So yeah, block chance here, and you have little block chance here and a little block chance here to just fill the gaps. And yeah, this one was very surprisingly cheap. The mana with the +2 to hero trait. Again, I'm copying the idea. So this is like level 3, level 4, level 3. For it, it just gives a lot of damage, right? And yeah, this one's the 20k for the cap, and then this one is, I think, the 30k. Because like, yeah, 10% max points and up to 300 plus 300%, so it's like 30,000, which is like doable eventually at some point. Don't know if I'm gonna push that far. But yeah, so that's that. And here the mirror. What I have, I'm pretty sure it's like very affordable ones with that is like much higher on the micro talent. But I was just thinking the micro talent, like these are legendaries. So I guess a few more percent of mana if I have a better one, and a little bit more intelligence here, right? Because I mean I did the dropping this for this thing, but even before I looked at what others are doing, even when I looked there, I was not really sold on this part because the mana regen doesn't do much, for blessing duration doesn't do much, so it's like you basically have 5% additional damage, or you have the 24 int that gives flat mana, and just everything just feeds into your mana stuff, compared to this one because the mana regen I don't think that matters to us. And I was thinking about why this one is necessary here, but then I realized that you need it because yeah, because you need to get the energy shield to get the max, so you can disappear, or you can make the energy shield disappear in exchange for the buff. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I still missed something that I wanted to talk about, but yeah, this is just same base. As you can see, I'm just trying to hit the mana here and there. That mana percent is still very low. Can craft over that. This mana is still not tier 1. for some reason this was really hard to hit. And then I moved off because that was the one that was another defensive mod. Like the prefix is that you take less damage from nearby, and the suffix is that enemies take more damage. But like this one would be, it's like supposedly if this one is tier 0 plus to support skills, then you can, you know, fit the auras and whatnot. And yeah, you know what, let's just look at that, and then it's that. So as you can see, I've managed to, which is obviously not that hard because there's no other sources. You need I needed the 59%. I needed the 59% on the shield here, and originally I hit one that was like the one that you've seen with like 58%, but and a double corrode, and it hit the mana regen, so that was basically a dud. But I managed to sell it for like a, you know, some fee, which is funny, like, right? Like it's a double corrode. It must be so good, but then honestly, it just wasn't worth what they were paying for it. I'm pretty sure, right? Because there's the history, and it was sold somewhere not that long ago. Like these are for the pet thingies. So yeah. Oh, did I buy this? Oh yeah, I guess I bought this because I needed the sealed mana, and I guess the one that I sold should be here. Yeah, this one's like 349, even though there is basically no difference to the other one. It's even worse one because the mana regen doesn't really do anything. I'm pretty sure for us. And the mana 2028 and 13 to 26. So like all the numbers on the other one that I actually bought are better, right? Like the flat is better, flat mana. The fizz damage for 2 attacks is also better roll, and it's the 59. So yeah, that was that. Like 58 doesn't let me fit it, but 59 lets me fit it like exactly. And here it's kind of interesting because you have 0 life, which if we were in PoE, 0 life would just mean that I died. It's over. But somehow it works. Somehow I have 1435 life reserved or sealed, and I still have 1 life somehow. You know, maybe well, it is kind of possible that the random death. I guess I have to look at the, you know, look at the recording to see. Like it wouldn't be out of the realm of possible. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? Because like if anything sneaks through the mana, then I'm dead anyway. But yeah, like I'm not 100% sure that there are no scenarios when that being actually 0 life. So it's like in like a state somewhere between 1 and 0. But it's like it all depends because with the other one, with the other thing, it's different. Because the other one has a percent mana, right? This one's a percent mana, and the other one doesn't have. Or also, no, it's not even the percent mana, it's the percent life that matters here. This is a percent life, and that kind of, it seems like that kind of matters. Because here, okay, did I swap it back? Huh? There we go. There we go. Okay. I guess just needed time to catch up. Huh? Okay, there we go. So that's like a real estate. Like here I have 1 life. Like obviously you want to seal as much as possible. We want to be like exact to hit. Like for me, obviously it wouldn't matter all that much because of the 17 I won't be able to fit in the extra +1. But if you're on 16% or 15% here, then you can have, if you have enough life reserved or sealed, you can have the extra +1. Which I don't, but there's still the mod that is the this one, right? The attack speed for percent of life lost. Like again, you wanna reserve as much as possible to get the maximum benefit. And yeah, this one has the full mana. This one's pretty neat. And I guess there's the other one that has low mana. Like I know the low mana is that like, this one is basically only for the 15% mana, max mana, because that still fit. It's like even if that line wasn't there, like obviously I would still take it. So yeah, I don't know if I can like remake this. I can cast speed, so I didn't really want to upgrade that all that much. Okay, I'm going too deep. I'm going too deep into this. Point is, I have like with manual attacking, I have 600-ish EPS in the defensive manual. It's like 300-ish, but then it's very tanky. And if you are in the map, which is like the actual applicable practical scenario, then you would have something like this. I think. No, I'm wrong because I swapped out the I swapped out the thing. I'm trolling. All right. No, why am I like this? Okay. So this one you go back in. There we go. Like I said, the reason I'm blinking because I'm trying to keep up pure heart. Okay, so like let's say like 500 something billion with the still attack, so you just have to blink around basically. This is like the mapping thingy. It's like I obviously there's like a comparison of being very tanky and then compared to that not as tanky. As you can see, I still have the 17,000 mana pool, which can go higher and higher. As you kind of round out everything, you get all the mods, you put all the flat mana here. Like let's say this one has tier 0, right? Like if this one has tier 0 and then this one and then this one and then this one, then obviously the mana goes up and up and up. Especially because this is like a bottom roll. So like if I can push this up to tier to the tier 0 slot. Obviously I'm still missing the hasten here. It just doesn't want to happen. Attack speed gotta go up everywhere basically. This one can go up. This one also missing some, like for the example the double damage mod. Obviously, like as you can see, a lot of things can go higher. Int rolls are kind of low on everywhere. I'll work on that. But for now, the one that I actually want is getting that other dual thingy. This one, dual Christmas, which is cauldron. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get that in like the foreseeable future, which would be like the next few days before PoE comes. All right, this one got away from me again a lot, like a lot. All right, I guess I can talk a lot. Okay, I guess I'll make a code after this. I'm gonna throw it into the description. Otherwise, I would have talked 40 minutes and I wouldn't have presented an actual build state. All right, and keep it in mind if you're like actually going for like the big actual codes and the build states that killed the Supreme Showdown bosses and whatnot, then you probably should look at some other stuff. For me personally, this is more like a progression kinda video, kinda thing. All right, okay, I'm gonna shut up now. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye.